Hey everybody, I'm back today with another layout using my Mega Fall Kits. I've chosen my title from the stamps. I have dies, I have beautiful paper, I have these sequins and the flare that coordinate together, and my photo and these little wooden dots. So I sat down to create this layout and I had an idea, and for whatever reason, I decided that once I had that idea in my head, had to happen. So this layout in video time is going to be a little over 10 minutes. In real time, it took me about 2.5 hours from start to finish. Yeah, you'll see why in a minute. I'm going to start with this red paper. I'm going to pull in a lot of these Cosmo Cricut papers that I popped into my kit and my Hambly, one of my Hambly screen prints. So this paper, this layout has a lot of older products in it. And then I mix them with the beautiful collaboration kit that was designed by myself for Beagle Mom Scraps and Adam from Daddy About Flair. So they coordinate together. They're super cute. The design team is using them through the month of September for both Spiegel Mom Scraps and Daddy About Flair. So both those design teams will be featuring this little kit. The kit is sold out, so if you got one, you're going to get lots of inspiration this month from me and both of those design teams. And if you didn't get one, I'm sorry, and maybe we'll design another one at a later date. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I cut down my paper because, again, I had a definite idea in my head. I knew what I wanted this page to look like when I started. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I have a plan in place. Sometimes I don't, and it kind of comes to me as I go. But for today's layout, there was a plan. So I am taking this red paper. This is that paper from Jelly Bean Soup that has that beautiful kind of red design on the back. So I'm just putting it in the corner. You can see I didn't put a lot of it in the corner. There's a reason for that. Underneath that red pattern, I'm going to put this paper. This is one of the Cosmo Cricut papers. And then initially I thought I would put that strip of Hambly also, but then it didn't quite fit. And I was kind of like, we're fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and have those two down in the corner. Now here's my photo. So last year we did a fall photo shoot, and I still have a lot of photos from this photography session to Scrapbook. Usually because I'm a very seasonal scrapbooker, I generally will have like fall pictures from the year before that I can scrap for this year to be able to scrap fall photos, because obviously it's the beginning of September. I haven't taken any this year yet. So next up, we're going to do some die cutting. So these beautiful hearts, they are a Spellbinders die. I've had them forever. They were like one of the first metal dies I bought when I bought my die cutting machine. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut 3, one of each of the circle, one each. So one big, one medium, one small heart, and I'm doing this just from some cream cardstock from my stash. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut 3 more hearts, one large, one medium, one small, but I'm going to cut those hearts from one of each of the 3 pattern papers that I'm using for my layout. Once I had everything die cut, I'm going to tear the patterned hearts, place them over the cream hearts to give them this kind of cool, different texture. So once I had them done, so once I had torn them and put them together, I decided that I kind of wanted them to have a little bit of inking, but I didn't want to pull up the paper. So I just inked the edges, and I think it turned out fine. I kind of tore different parts of the heart so they don't all look the same. And then I just inked the outside edges. I could have kind of pulled the pattern paper up and inked the torn edge, but I was just not, I guess I was just being lazy, and I decided that it while I did want a little bit of inking, I didn't need all the inking. So this Altenew stamp set, which is part of my kit, there is a saying in it that says, "You make me happy," which I thought would be perfect for this photo of me and my husband. So one of the locations where we took these fall photos had this red door. And so I have all of these photos with this red door. And I haven't scrapbooked them yet because I pretty much wasn't sure how to get that red into my papers. Last year when I got some of these photos printed and did some of these photos, I didn't have any collections that had red in it. So having this kit and then having the red in my mega fall kit is going to be awesome because I'm going to definitely do like the red door pictures. That's what I call them. So I took that "You Make Me Happy" sentiment stamp, stamped it with icing on the cake ink onto the cream paper that I die cut the hearts with. And then I'm just going to go ahead and give it a little extra pressure. I wanted a nice crisp stamping image, and then I can trim this out and it's going to become my title. So really a simple title. Again, you'll see why as I put this layout together. So now I'm going to go ahead and kind of layer up my hearts, decide where I want them to go. I have where my title is going to be in place. And I'm going to stick all of this down. So the reason I'm sticking this down is because for the next part of this layout, I want to know where these elements are going to be, right? I want to know where they are. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of tuck these hearts in where I want them to go. And then I'm also going to kind of play with these. So first of all, I used every one of these little wooden hearts. So all the real estate, you kind of see I have this diagonal design going. All that real estate that's above my photo, that's all going to get filled in. So what I'm going to fill it, I don't want to give away the surprise. What I'm going to fill it in with, I want to make sure that I can work around. So here we go. Ready, guys? I have my T-square ruler. I'm going to grab my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, and we are going to sequin the rest of this layout. That's right. You heard me correctly. I'm going to create a pattern using my sequins. These are the Late Summer Thoughts sequins, and I'm going to go ahead and work them around the rest of the layout that I've already have down, and we're going to create a pattern. I ended up not using Llewellyn. I pulled him out, but because of the pattern that I want to create, I need to kind of really dig through these sequins, and I need to know, I need to keep the colors the way they need to, I was looking for certain sequins to create the pattern. So I'm going to start with a line that is the yellow flowers, and then I'm going to take all the different colors that are in this collection, and I'm kind of going to pop them around that yellow sequin. So we kind of have like a sparkle looking pattern going on. So I'm going to do 3 rows like this that have this little sparkle pattern. And I'm going to alternate them so they're, the sparkles are it's hard to describe. I'll rewind. I'll make sure you can see the whole thing. So I'm doing the first row now, then I'm going to offset them. That's the word I'm looking for. Offset the next row and then offset the row below that. So I'm going to start with 3 rows of this pattern. Did this take me a really long time? Yes. I think, like you said, total to glue all of the sequins down in nice straight rows took about 2 hours. So this is not something you're going to do every time you make a layout. But it was one of those things where I had this idea and I wanted to do it really badly, and I was like, we're doing it. It was okay. I put on some TV. I was catching up on Chicago Fire, and I just kind of went for it. because I can watch Chicago Fire without paying super duper attention to it, but still be able to know what's going on. It's like a fluff show. I love it, but it's like a fluff show. So, I'm just going to go through and kind of get all these sequins. You see the pattern? So cute. It turned out beautiful. I love it, but it definitely was a labor of love. Once I had the original pattern down, after I did 3 rows of that, just for spacing, I went ahead and just did like straight rows. Also, I ran out of red sequins. But I love how this turned out. I think it turned out so cute. It took me a long time though. Last little thing, because I had the rest of the layout done, right? So this was like the last part of the layout. I'm just going to clean off my desk, and I added those beautiful flares from Dottie About Flares. So these are the flares that coordinate with that sequin mix. I just added 2 of them, one to the top left, one to the bottom right of my layout. And yeah, we are finished. Didn't that turn out adorable? This layout took me about 2.5 hours, start to finish, including gluing down all of the sequins. I use tabby dots from Spiegel Mom Scraps to adhere my flares. And here are all of the close-ups with all of that beautiful sequin detail. I hope you have enjoyed my video today. Please be sure to head over, take a peek at Natalie's process, and tell that girl you love her. Give her a subscribe. She's fabulous. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.